Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the 718 Spyder. And this could be my last drive in this car. Woohoo! I'm in Wales. I'm on a road that Chris Harris uses frequently in his videos. It's right in the middle of Wales. Now it's not going to look as good as the Chris Harris video, but I wanted to bring the car here because I've never been here and I've always thought about it. I've had it saved in my sat nav for ages. So I wanted to bring the car out, take it somewhere interesting, and have some fun in it, because like I said, it could be the last time. All right, let's pull over so I can explain it a little bit better. All right, I want to try and keep this story as short as possible. It's difficult, but the reality is most people when they have more than one car, they have a car for different things, right? So you may have a pickup truck or an SUV for daily, then you have something in the garage that you take out as a toy for the weekend, right? That's exactly what I had. I've always had a Boxster. Since 2007 I've had a Boxster. But at some point I got the 911, and the 911 became that crazy hardcore toy that I would take out the weekend, right? So my Boxster was the car that I drove every day to the supermarket, to wherever I was going. That was my daily car. When I was getting ready to order my car, I had the 981 Boxster S. I wanted the 718 GTS 4 litre, right? So I initially put a deposit down on one. If you go back on my channel, you'll see the videos. But when I tried to spec it, it was so expensive that it was almost the same price as a Spyder. And I thought, well, the Spyder's going to retain the value more than the GTS. So I ended up switching my allocation to a Spyder. The problem is the GTS and the Spyder, they're very different cars, right? I can't drive this as a daily, really. Although you could daily it, for me, I'm always afraid of leaving it anywhere, a bit like with my 911, right? So anyway, short story is I ended up with two cars in the garage that I only take out very occasionally, my 911 and the Spyder, because I've got the Macan now, and that's my daily. That replaced my old Boxster. My 981 Boxster was replaced by the Macan, really. It's getting very cold very quickly. The weather's changing, it's getting later. So I'm going to put the roof up. I'm going to get back in the car. All right, I don't have a lot of time on my hands. I'm busy. As any of you who watch the main channel will know, that we work an awful lot. When I do have time, I very often pick this car because it's so easy to drive. It's so easy to put miles on it, and it's so fun. And if the sun is out, which is, I don't drive my cars in the rain, and it rains a lot in the UK. So if it's a nice day, then I grab this car because I can put the roof down, whereas on the 911 I can't, right? That's the conundrum, right? I have two cars that I don't get to drive very often, and as a result, this car has just rolled over 3,000 miles today on this drive, and I've had this car for 3 years. I don't have all of the money, that would make me think I can just leave it in the garage without thinking, which I have done for the last 3 years, but it's just making me think, this car's sitting there, and it is depreciating, but slowly. To be honest, it's only depreciated about £3,000 in 3 years, which is amazing. But all of these things are on my mind, and I'm thinking that this is the one, because the 911 is never going, because that is my forever car. The problem is, when I'm going to get on the road. The problem is, whenever I drive this car, I fall in love with it all over again. My options are, obviously, keep the car. I mean, is it worth to keep two cars like this in the garage doing very little mileage? Or does it make more sense to, move this car on, and then maybe I can get something else, something that has a different purpose, sporty of course, but not as hardcore as this. If I didn't have the 911, I would keep this. I would never sell this. That's another thing, is that I'm very aware that they're not making these anymore. Porsche has stopped making the Boxster now. The only model you can still buy new is in Europe is the Spyder RS, and I can't get an allocation. Effectively, Porsche is stopping production of the Boxster as we know it, and then they're bringing out the EV version whenever that comes out, next year or the year after, and I'm not interested in an EV. So the thing that is preventing me from selling it the most, knowing that I'll never be able to buy another one new. Anyway guys, I've got a long drive home now, so let me know what you think. If you've got any thoughts, I'm interested to hear them. Put them in the comments and let me know, and we'll talk about it there. All right guys, thanks for watching. If you're still watching, you get 5 points. All right guys, bye bye.